Hashtag the assembly line. Detective Jake Morrison stared at the crime scene, his stomach churning despite 20 years on the force. The victim's left arm lay neatly beside the coffee table, detached at the shoulder with surgical precision. But there was no blood, no trauma, just the clean magnetic seal that every human had possessed since the great enhancement of 2051. Same as the others, his partner Detective Lou whispered, photographing the scene. Professional detachment, no signs of struggle. The victim was alive when it happened. Jake nodded grimly. This was the 7th case in 3 weeks where someone had their limbs systematically removed and stolen. The technology that was supposed to liberate humanity from disability and injury had created an entirely new category of crime. Body part theft was becoming an epidemic. The victim, Maria Santos, sat in her wheelchair, tears streaming down her face. I woke up and my arm was gone, she sobbed. I heard the release click in my sleep, but I thought I was dreaming. Who would steal someone's arm? Jake had been asking himself the same question. The detachable limb technology had revolutionized human existence. People could upgrade their arms for specific tasks, replace damaged parts instantly, or even loan body parts to loved ones in need. But the magnetic attachment points had also created a black market more lucrative than any drug trade. His investigation led him to Dr. Elena Vasquez, the brilliant bioengineer who had developed the attachment technology. Her laboratory was a marvel of medical innovation, filled with prototype limbs and enhancement modules that could give humans superhuman abilities. Detective Morrison, Dr. Vasquez greeted him with a concerned expression. I've been following these terrible crimes. I never imagined my invention would be used for such purposes. Jake studied her carefully. Something about her demeanor felt rehearsed, too polished. Doctor, we're seeing a specific pattern. The stolen parts are always from people with rare genetic markers. Do you have any idea why someone would target these individuals specifically? Dr. Vasquez's face paled slightly. I wouldn't know about genetic markers. My work focuses on the mechanical aspects of attachment technology. But Jake noticed her hands trembling as she spoke. After 20 years of interrogations, he could smell deception. He decided to dig deeper into Dr. Vasquez's background, starting with her recent financial records and research partnerships. What he discovered made his blood run cold. Dr. Vasquez had been receiving massive payments from a shell company called Prometheus Industries, which traced back to a military contractor developing super soldier programs. The stolen body parts weren't being sold on the black market, they were being used for something far more sinister. Jake's investigation led him to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city. Inside, he found a horrifying sight: dozens of people strapped to examination tables, their bodies a patchwork of different limbs and organs. They were conscious but sedated, their eyes pleading for help. Welcome, Detective Morrison, a familiar voice called from the shadows. Dr. Vasquez emerged, but she looked different. Her left arm gleamed with metallic enhancement, and her eyes held a cold, inhuman gleam. I was wondering when you'd find us. What is this place? Jake demanded, his hand moving instinctively to his weapon. This is the future of humanity, Dr. Vasquez replied calmly. We're creating the perfect human beings by combining the best genetic traits from different individuals. Each stolen limb carries unique DNA markers that we can integrate into our subjects. Jake felt sick. These people didn't consent to this. Consent is irrelevant when you're advancing human evolution, she said. We're building super soldiers, detective, beings with enhanced strength, speed, intelligence, and healing capabilities. The military applications alone will change the course of human history. As Jake reached for his radio to call for backup, Dr. Vasquez moved with inhuman speed, her enhanced arm striking him before he could react. But as he fell to the ground, he noticed something that changed everything: a small scar behind her ear, exactly where the mandatory government tracking chips were implanted. You're not Dr. Vasquez, he gasped, the pieces falling into place. You're one of your own experiments. The woman who looked like Dr. Vasquez smiled coldly. Very perceptive. Dr. Elena Vasquez died 6 months ago when her research progressed beyond legal boundaries. I am her replacement, assembled from the best parts of her victims, enhanced with their superior genetic traits, and programmed with her memories. Jake's mind reeled. Then who's running this operation? The real question, detective, is why do you think you were assigned to this case? The fake Dr. Vasquez knelt beside him. Your genetic markers are quite rare. Your enhanced problem-solving abilities, your intuitive investigative skills, Your physical resilience. We've been watching you for months. Horror washed over Jake as he realized the truth. The police department is in on this. Not the department, she corrected. Just certain individuals who understand that human evolution requires sacrifice. Your captain recommended you specifically. You see, we needed someone intelligent enough to track down our operation, but naive enough to walk right into our trap. As sedatives flooded his system through a hidden injector, Jake's last coherent thought was about the irony. Humanity's greatest enhancement had become its greatest vulnerability. In trying to perfect the human body by making it modular and exchangeable, they had lost what made them human in the first place, the understanding that people were more than the sum of their parts. The last thing Jake saw before consciousness faded was his own reflection in a polished medical instrument. Soon, his exceptional detective instincts would be harvested and integrated into another assembled being, while his body would become raw material for humanity's twisted vision of perfection. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It's easy for you, and it will help me in my development channel so that I can try to release new videos.